Hey, what's going on, Recovery fam? It's Aaron here again. Sorry I was only able to upload one video last night. Just got really busy with stuff, and yeah, that's about it. But I'm back today, and I was watching actually a couple of videos that Ryan Donnelly had posted, I think, yesterday and today, where he kind of briefly mentioned how an addict who is recovered, or in recovery, because you'll always be in it technically, but maybe somebody that's been in recovery for a while and has worked steps for a while, how this person could actually sometimes be come out stronger than the next person that's never been through it. That is though, if you make it out. And it could be in a bunch of different ways. Basically, I mean, one of the main ways where I think that you could be stronger, going through addiction and, being in recovery is you've been through hell. You know what I mean? Hell on earth. A lot of addicts will tell you, I'll tell you, addiction has been the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with. Ever. Worse than me not having my mom around. Everything, by far, really. And I'm stronger mentally. I'm more humble now that I'm starting to slowly make it out to the other side. And for that reason, I honestly don't regret. I regret some of the decisions I made, but I don't necessarily regret me, ever becoming an addict. To be honest with you, and that's just my perspective on it. It's all about perspective, really. So why not have that? Here's just a few things that, if you have been an addict and recovered or in recovery, a few benefits that the next guy might not have. Just kind of a funny one almost. Being able to scope out any sort of drug activity, like drug deals or something like that. You see it all the time because you've been in it. And like Ryan Donnelly said, we'd make some badass cops, because we can just see it, all the time in parking lots, drug deals happening, people that are high, everything. So I guess that could be one somewhat advantage, if you want to call it that. Uh, Kind of a big one, if you have kids now or kids in the future, it'd be really hard for them to for one, get the drugs past you, hide it from you, use without you knowing, for very long at least. But also, the greater benefit to that is you'll be able to better help them. God forbid, they ever become addicted. Sorry, I have a couple mosquito bites on my back and they itching like crazy. But you will be better, more equipped, basically, to deal with, like I said, God forbid your kids ever get addicted. Let's see here. Um, you know, in order for an addict to even get into recovery, or be working a successful recovery like for years, you had to have dealt with the underlying issues that caused you to start using in the first place. So, most people, before they even started using, they weren't all the way happy. They were insecure. They had underlying issues that needed to be dealt with that they might not have even known needed to be dealt with, because it felt like the norm. So then you become addicted. In order to get clean, you have to deal with all of those underlying issues. You have to deal with all of those things that, besides genetic predisposition, that caused you to start using. Therefore, now your addiction's gone, you're in recovery, you've dealt with all those things. You've gone through recovery, you've gone through hell and back. Like, again, you've dealt with all the underlying issues. I mean, it's a clean slate and then some. And that's just the perspective. That's the best perspective to have, really. Or you could say, God, I wasted all this time, which could be true slightly, but there are benefits as well. You don't have to look at it as all, a waste of 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. You know what I mean? It's made you stronger if you allow it to. And that's just basically what's been on my mind, or what I thought would make a pretty decent video. And that's about it. Like I said, I was just tied up last night. I actually hung out with Lexi for a little bit, and we just talked. We're gonna remain friends. We're gonna remain hanging out, but we're not gonna be boyfriend girlfriend. We're just gonna be really good friends. So that situation really worked out perfect, and I'm really glad that happened. Because she's awesome. Um, I didn't want to lose her per se, but I was not ready for a boyfriend girlfriend type relationship. She's totally on board with that. It was no problem, and we're gonna move on. So that's about it. I hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing good. I'm you know just trying to stay busy today, like I was yesterday. I'm hanging out with Lexi again this evening, and that's about it. If you guys are doing good, let me know. If you're doing bad, let me know. I'd love to talk to you guys. So much love, Recovery fam. See you guys in a little bit. Peace.